Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Thank you so much for joining me once again for tea time. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you. I cannot believe it's the end of the week already. What is going on, guys? Today we have a little bit of misty morning, and I actually added some fireside because I like that smokiness of the lap song. So good. Anyways, guys, I hope you're enjoying tea or coffee or something, maybe some rum, whiskey, I don't know, something with me. So today, I have to say, today's going to be a Canon day, and I have to say that Canon is back to their same old bullshit. I don't know how else to say it, but it is what it is. Those are the facts. Yeah, I did a piece about, I want to say a little bit less than a month ago, and I talked about a bunch of rumors that came out about the Canon M50 Mark II. And lo and behold, for the first time that I think this has ever happened in a long time, they get it wrong here and there, but in this case, like almost every single part of all of the different rumored specs is 100% incorrect. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to get into it a little bit. I want to do a comparison between the M50 and the M50 Mark II. Before we get into that, I want to say that if you haven't downloaded my ebook as of yet, 10 tips at making tack-sharp images, go check it out. It's free. You can find it over at JCristina.com/ebook. Once again, JCristina.com/ebook. Go download it. There's something in there for everyone. If you're an amateur, a pro-am, or a professional, you're going to get something out of it. Once again, it's free. JCristina.com/ebook. Also, I never ask for those thumbs ups besides the end of the video, but I want to do it in the beginning of the video. If you like even this much of this video, give it a thumbs up. I want to see how many we can end up getting from this video. How many thumbs ups, right? If you don't like it, please give it a thumbs down. It's okay. I'm all right with that. But if you like it, take that extra second to give it a thumbs up. That would be really helpful and appreciated. Anyways, backstory of the Canon EOS M50, or KISS if you're overseas, is the #1 mirrorless camera sold to date in the entire world. Okay? Some people know it, some people don't, but it is the fact. Facts are facts, right? This is not conjecture. This isn't my opinion. It's just absolute facts. That being said, after reading all of the specs and telling you about the specs, I said, you know what? This Canon EOS M series and the M mount is going nowhere. If anything, they're going to start making even more of them, more lenses, which they really need. And after seeing this new EOS M50 Mark II specs, now that it's actually announced, guys, this camera is a carbon copy of the old camera. It is literally a carbon copy. I mean, right down to the sensor, to everything. It's literally the exact same camera. Few years down the road, they did like nothing that we assumed they were going to do, or what was rumored that was going to come out. So let me start out with a few of the good points. All right, let's start out with the good points. There's only a couple. One of the good points is they added a touch, let's say, timer and a touch record button. So you can actually just do that just from clicking. And also in movie mode, you can scroll across the screen to pull your focus. So if you're looking through the EVF, you can have your thumb on the screen itself and go like this and pull your focus to wherever you want it. Kind of cool, I guess. They have the exact same 24 megapixel sensor in it, which is fine. It was good enough for what it was. The same Digix 8 processor. Once again, same old, same old. They did say that they improved the autofocus and facial and eye tracking and whatnot in both stills and video. That's always a benefit because tracking, autofocus is just they're imperative, right? You need to have something that locks in. Just like this 80D that's now outdated that I'm using to do this video with. I mean, it's tracking my eyes. I could leave, come back, sit down, look at you. It's going to come right back to my eyes. Canon's DPAF does a phenomenal job at doing it. Okay, it does a phenomenal job. The problem is with this camera's predecessor, what they did was as soon as you were to record in 4K, they would turn off DPAF. So when you would have contrast detect instead of having dual pixel AF. So you're back to doing like Panasonic crap. Who the hell wants that? I don't, right? So if you recorded with it, it was just like, why? What do you do? And it's just the typical neutering of the cameras that Canon has always done. They pull out that ninja sword and just slash the camera and just neuter it and just take away all of the good functionality on their cheaper cameras. Well, now that we have the successor of that Canon EOS M50, the M50 Mark II, they didn't change it, guys. It still is neutered in 4K. What? No DPAF, no dual pixel AF 1 or dual pixel AF 2. Now they have the latest and greatest. Neither of them. And we still have a 1.5 times crop in 4K. You add that to the original crop as APS-C, you're like over 2 times crop. It's like you throw on a lens and all of a sudden you're like, here someplace. Like, what the hell? What are you doing? You know, one of the other benefits that they said that they were very proud of, is that you could turn the camera vertically in portrait mode and be able to record videos properly in portrait mode. You know, so if you are a storyteller, you just love doing stories on Facebook or on Instagram or Snapchat or maybe TikTok, you'll be happy about it, right? I'm not a TikTok user or a Tic-Tac user. I kind of like Tic-Tacs. That's one TikTok. Either way, don't really give a crap. All right? It's stupid. And then they said, well, we're also going to allow you to be able to live stream using our camera on YouTube. Now, that is probably the only good thing that they did. All right? Probably the only good thing. The reason is, if you are going to shoot this camera at 1080p and you don't care about 4K at all, okay, you could use it, and especially use it well if you want to broadcast live on YouTube, because it's all ready to go. It's ready to start streaming live. That raw, you don't have to worry about taking off like, you know, all of your boxes and all of your all the control information, you know, your f-stop and your battery life. You don't have to do all that. Okay, it's all ready to go. So you can put that feed out there. So if you are a content creator and you're doing gaming or whatever, and you wanted to put 2 or 3 of these things around the room videoing you and you want to switch cameras, you could do it. Or if you want to just live feed the whole damn show, yeah, you could do that too. But, guys, literally 90% of this, maybe more, could all have been done with a firmware update, not a new camera body. A firmware update could have done literally almost all of this, maybe even all of it. I don't know. I'm very, very disappointed, to say the least. Very, very disappointed. Once again, like I said, Canon is back to their same old bullshit. Okay? You know, back to that whole neutering thing just for the sake of neutering, putting out garbage. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Well, I kind of do. Remember how I said in the last video or a month ago or a few weeks ago where I said that the Canon EOS M series is going to be going on? It is the best, cheapest value out there, and that's why it's the #1 camera, the #1 mirrorless camera on the market. I think with the advent of this camera, it will continue selling. All right. Anyone that has a version 1, there's no reason to go to a version 2 unless you want to do something with TikTok or Instagram. You want to do vertical and you don't want to flip it later in post-production or whatever. There's minimal. There's no reason to upgrade at all. If you have an M50 and you like it, stick with it. Don't even look at this. This is garbage. This is nothing. This is a firmware update. They should have given it to you for free or charged you $19.95. Called it a damn day. But they didn't. You know, talking about firmware updates, this is the difference between Canon and other manufacturers and Fujifilm. Now, you know I'm a Canon shooter, but I'm unbiased. You know, guys, if you've been with me for half a second, you know that I'm unbiased. I will call it out. I don't even care which camera. I am not a fanboy in any sort. Fujifilm, when they put out a firmware update, the Fuji folks are like, yeah, what are we getting? What are we getting? When the rest of the companies put out a firmware update, their folks are like, something's being fixed. Something's being fixed. Fuji, while they do fix things with their firmware updates, they also give back. They give more. They make their cameras better with every iteration of their firmware updates. Every single one makes their cameras better. They don't just let them just sit and stagnate and say, you know what, we'll let them buy the next version. Okay, we'll just leave that like a piece of crap and we'll just let them buy the next version and put those niceties into the camera. They don't need to know it's actually just a firmware update. You know, let me read this little update that came through Fuji and you'll see what I'm saying. It says that the Fujifilm XT3, we're not talking about XT4, XT3 is going to get the update 4.0. Check out what it adds here. All right. It says that Fujifilm plans to release the free firmware update for the Fujifilm X-T3 on October 28th, 2020. So what is that? A couple of weeks from now. All right. It says the update will improve the autofocusing performance of the X-T3 to the same level of the Fujifilm X-T4. Did you hear that? They're going to take this old X-T3 through firmware, bring it to an XT4 autofocus, speed, functionality, or whatever. They say this firmware will boost the AF speed, the camera's AF tracking performance, and face and eye detection. In addition, the size of the AF area can now be adjusted during video recording. Once again, like the X-T4, the update will bring new life to the X-T3, adding greater speed to make the camera even better. Guys, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? There's other stuff in this firmware update that they fix and they massage and make better, but this is a perfect example. So you're sitting there with a old X-T3 and it's gotten better. It's literally now as good as an X-T4 when it comes to autofocus and tracking and eye tracking and face tracking and all the stuff that you want. Those are the things that you want. All right. Whereas Canon and the rest of the manufacturers, when those firmware updates come out, they're always like fixing something that they should have fixed to begin with because they feel that you and I, are freaking beta testers for them. They put out crap and then they fix it in post-production, right? They fix it once it's out there with a firmware update. All right. I don't know. I'm really disappointed. Very disappointed. Fujifilm has come out with their S10 that I really want to do it justice and talk about because it's really quite amazing. And I'll probably do it in the next video or maybe a video after that. I really like what they did with that. It's almost like a XT4 baby brother with all the same functionality almost. It's amazing. Same sensor, a lot of really cool stuff. So I'll get into that in another video. But as far as this Canon EOS M50 Mark II, you know, this, unlike what I said in the previous videos, could signal the demise of the M mount. Okay. I hate to say that, but it really could be the case, guys. It really could be the case because, you know, if you put forth zero effort in a brand new camera that came out or is coming out momentarily, that means that you don't give a crap about it. All right. Even though it's your #1 best-selling on the planet mirrorless camera, you do crap with it. I don't know. The only thing that I could come up with is that they're going to do away with the M mount and they don't want people to get comfortable and enjoy it too much. Here's like a little iterative nonsense. You know, I always talk about iteration over innovation. This is a simple iterative move, a lateral move, period. Nothing has been updated in this camera basically at all. And like I said, 90 to 95% of it could be done with a firmware update. And if they wanted to charge $20 for the firmware update, so be it. All right. But they didn't. They made a whole new camera. Once again, my suggestion is if you have a Canon EOS KISS or a Canon EOS M50 Mark I, do not upgrade. There's absolutely no reason to upgrade unless you want to use some of this vertical shooting, and that is something that's great for you. Or if you want to use this camera as a content creator and be able to stream live on YouTube with it. That's it. Literally, that's it. There's nothing else to be said about this. Really sad. God, so damn sad. I don't know. So we'll see. I want to know what you think. What do you think about this move? What do you think about the Canon EOS M mount? Will Canon just get rid of it within the next year or so? Do you think that they'll come up with some means of using M glass on an R body? My opinion is no. If they did, they would have to crop the hell out of it. If not, you'd have like a round circle. You know, you're even talking about APS-C to full frame. I don't think so. I think what they'll do is they'll end up just letting it die slowly. That's just what I think what will happen. And what I will speculate is Canon will come out with a R series that is along the lines of $600 as this EOS M50 Mark II is, and neuter the crap out of it. Okay. But in so doing, bringing people over to the RF mount from the M mount. I think that's will probably most likely will happen. And that will probably happen around the same times like an R7 would be coming out, where we'll see an RF mount, possibly APS-C version. The equivalent to, let's call it a 7D Mark II. All right. That's what I think. We will see. I think we'll also next year see Canon EOS R1, which will be the 1D equivalent in mirrorless, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, I want to know what your thoughts are on this Canon EOS M50 Mark II. So guys, as I said before, if you haven't downloaded my ebook, go check it out over at JCristina.com/ebook. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you even liked it a little bit, that would be fabulous. I really would appreciate it. Also, I want to let you know that so many of you guys enjoyed that short story, ghost story that I read to you a couple of days back. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to advertise it in the channel and say, hey, I have it available. What I'll do is I'll make a few more of those ghost stories as you guys requested. And what I will do is I'll put them in their own playlist. So if you're subscribed to the channel, go and subscribe or check out that playlist. And whenever something new comes into that playlist, you'll be notified of it. Also, you can click on this little bell icon if you are subscribed. If you're not subscribed, what the hell are you doing? All right. What are you doing? Subscribe to the channel. You came all this way. You listened to me. Did you like it? Did you get just a little bit? Just subscribe. Anyways, click this little bell icon over here. If you click it, what happens is every time I go live, you'll be notified. Or if I come up with a new video, you'll be notified also. Anyways, to finalize, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you. and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. Also use promo code YT20 at checkout. If you're a subscriber, YT20 will give you 20% off anything that's in your shopping cart. All of the photography products I've invented over the last decade and a half, whatever it is now. It's a long damn time. Anyways, 20% off. Once again, YT20 at checkout. That's it, guys. I appreciate you being here. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe and stay healthy.